I call to order the September 13th meeting of the Portsmouth Community Network Broadband Authority and welcome you all to our meeting and thank you for being here with us today. Our first order of business is, of course, to call our roll call. So, Madam Secretary, if you will.
Yes, ma'am. Mr. Barnes, Mr. Battle.
Here.
Mr. Glover, Mr. Moody.
Here.
Dr. Whitaker, Mr. Woodard.
Here.
Chair Lucas Burton.
Here. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Our next order is to adopt our minutes from our last meeting, and members, if you've not had an opportunity to view them, they are in the packet that is before you today. We'll take a few seconds to peruse through them. And if there are no changes to be noted, I entertain a motion to adopt the minutes as printed.
Move to approve.
Second, is there a second?
Second.
Okay. And Madam Secretary, if you'll call our roll.
Yes, ma'am. Mr. Barnes is absent. Mr. Battle.
Yes.
Mr. Glover is absent. Mr. Moody.
Yes.
Dr. Whitaker is absent. Mr. Woodard.
Yes.
Chair Lucas Burton.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Of course, inside of our packet as well, we see the newspaper article which advertises our notice of public hearing. And this will be ongoing until we either get speakers or at a time that we deem it's no longer necessary for us to continue with the public hearing. So that'll be open until we, as an authority, decide to close that out. Next up, we do have a need for our closed session. We don't have any further business in open session. We do have one pre-registered speaker, which we will hear after our closed session. So at this moment, we have a need to go into closed session. So if the motion can be read.
Just ready?
Yes,
Okay.
Vice Chair.
I move to go into closed meeting pursuant to Virginia Code subsection 2.2-3711A.33. Discussion by a local authority created in accordance with the Virginia Wireless Service Authorities Act of Confidential Proprietary Information and Trade Secrets and subsection 2.2-3711A.6. Discussion or consideration of the investment of public funds where competition or bargaining is involved, specifically regarding procurement and pursuant to subsection 2.2-3711A.8 for the purpose of consultation with legal counsel retained by the authority regarding specific legal matters requiring the provision of legal advice, specifically regarding fiber leases.
Okay, we've heard the motion. Is there a second?
Second.
And Madam Secretary, if you will call our roll.
Yes, ma'am. Mr. Barnes is absent. Mr. Battle.
Yes.
Mr. Glover.
Yes.
Mr. Moody.
Yes.
Dr. Whitaker is absent. Mr. Woodard.
Yes.
Chair Lucas Burton.
Yes. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. We're in close, and if those who are not a part of the closed meeting will join us after.
I hereby move to each council member certified to the best of his or her knowledge. Only public business matter lawfully exempted from opening meeting requirements under the Virginia Freedom of Information Act, and only such public business matters as were identified in the motion by which the closed meeting was convened were heard, discussed, or considered in the closed meeting just concluded.
Okay, that's the motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
All right, and Madam Secretary, if you call the roll.
Yes, ma'am. Mr. Barnes.
Yes.
Mr. Battle.
Yes.
Mr. Glover.
Yes.
Mr. Moody.
Yes.
Dr. Whitaker.
Yes.
Mr. Woodard.
Yes.
Chair Lucasberg.
Yes. Thank you. We're back in our open session. And on our agenda is any future business topics that this body would like to discuss. I know that we're going to have a continuation of our RFP process, and that will be continuated. Our next meeting will be on October 11th at 4 o'clock. And we're at the point where now we have just a little enough time to hear from our registered speaker, and Mr. Mark Gadoji-Yatrowski. If you are ready, you can come to the podium, sir, and we'll hear your concerns. Hop over the seat.
So good afternoon, authority members. I want to let you know that these comments come without rancor, but a bit of frustration. I feel that the citizens of Portsmouth are not as well represented as they could be by the structure of this particular body. I think Mayor Glover had it right when he attempted early in the process to have himself replaced by somebody with expertise in the area of advanced communication. And I think we would all be better represented if he and most of the rest of you on this board did the same. Now, the issue is, you are still the city council of the city of Portsmouth.
Absolutely.
And whoever sits on this board would still be accountable to you, as people on so many other boards and commissions in this city are. So all you would be doing is bringing people with special expertise in this particular area in to do a job and make recommendations to you, which you, as the policy body of the city of Portsmouth, would then decide based on your understanding of what is in the best interests of the citizenry. So I put that out there for you. We are in friendly competition for new businesses and for future growth related to this particular asset of the city. It would be good to have people with expertise and a vision to help us in competing for the businesses of the 21st century and beyond. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Indeed, sir. Thank you.
Are there any comments?
Yeah.
Or additional?
I just want to share that there's not a absolute correlation between just that you're going to put persons up here that have an expertise. That doesn't necessarily mean that they're also looking out for the best interests of the citizens. I just want to make that clear, that there's no positive correlation between putting on experts and that they're going to look out for the best interests of the city. I think that has already been proven from previous boards. So I hear what the speaker is saying, and I've heard the previous comments. And so I just want to make that clear, that that's not a positive correlation necessarily.
Thank you, Dr. Whitaker. Any other comments, Mr. Woody?
Well, I think the speaker, his point was that ultimately that council is that safety net to make sure the interests of the citizens is number one. And there are examples on other boards and commissions, and I always go back to SIPSA and what a train wreck that was until they got industry knowledgeable people sitting on the board, and the turnaround was dramatic. So there are examples out there, and I agree with the speaker. I think to have people with that expertise, especially right now, I think is extremely important. And I think the sooner we do that, the better off we're going to be. So,
Mr. Ballard?
I have to leave to go get prepared for the meeting, so.
Yeah, we're at 5 o'clock, but if you have a quick comment.
No,
Okay.
it's okay, hon. Thank you, though.
Well, thank you all for the time. We'll see you on October 8th, October 11th, and we are adjourned.